In today's video, we will be doing an unboxing, setup, gameplay, and review on the brand new Switch 2. Thought it'd be a catchy rhyme. It's the Mario Kart World Bundle review. I left that one out, folks. I always forget something. All right, let's check it out. Picked up my pre-order from GameStop, the Switch 2 Mario Kart World Bundle. Picked up a couple of things after the fact, but day one, launch night, the pre-order was this right here. Something that I found out after the fact were people who got the Switch 2 either had this round, the bundle had this round sticker of Mario, or there was something on the bottom, on the back side. Those were already installed. This one I'm gonna have to go to the eShop and just download the copy. There's gonna be a couple of steps that are required. Is there tape right here? All right, we're good to go. Having flashbacks here of the last Switch that I bought, the OLED Mario Kart 8 Deluxe bundle. Now we're doing this. Look at this. It's right there. There's now to go back to the reports of the staples going through the box. I mean, you can see there's nothing protected here. There, you know, for some of the orders, got through, damaged the screen. That explains that. We have our Joy-Cons. Sure, they, you know, managed to downsize all the packaging to lower the costs of shipping. But yeah, I mean the screen is facing up, so maybe it should have been that way. But you have the Switch 2 on the back, nothing protecting this. So I was wondering how that happened. Move this flap. Little confusion on, so there's a download code. I'll have to figure this out once we, you know, as we kind of go step by step, but we're going to the eShop, entering a code. There's a couple different ways that I think people were able to get Mario Kart World. So this might not be, you know, if you pick this up, this might not be exactly the same for you. So just follow whatever directions are coming. But I think the best bet would have been if they would have just had it already installed in here. But nonetheless, it's not too challenging of a process. Whoops, I dropped it. But just another step. Some health and safety information and usage guidelines for the Switch 2. So little reading material. There's our power cord. And I'll find out if it's pretty much the same as the Switch. Of course, this is an Ultra HD. It might be different. You know, it might be just be like, I'm kind of debating on, you know, do I just unplug one and just kind of use the same to plug it into that certain TV or computer? But we'll find all that out. Now, something that I didn't really use, I'll use it for the review, but I'm going to put the Joy-Cons in here and, you know, test this out. But I am a fan of the Pro Controller, but this is you know, if you're going to hook it up to the TV, if you're going to dock this would be ideal. Which you don't need the Pro Controller, you can always use this, or you can always just play the handheld and, you know, use the Joy-Cons regardless. There is our power. Remember plugging this in. There is a transfer that I'm going to have to do also on taking my existing Switch and putting everything on here, so I can you know, just play everything on here. I am keeping both of them as a backup or maybe a travel buddy, but no plan on selling my OLED. Just a big plug. And then of course the dock. Another cool thing for me is the OLED that I bought. It's a white and black. So this is all black, you know, besides the colors on the Joy-Cons here. So a little different theming, pretty cool. Different shape. The other one was kind of more square. So there's a way to pop this off, to get all your plugs in here, then to probably cover that again. For me, I will be playing mostly when this is docked. Otherwise, I think it's set up that it only is going to charge up to 90%. But again, I'm going to be playing on a TV for the most part. I'm going to leave this cover on here when we're checking the screen. I don't want to scratch it. 9 inches, so it's a pretty good size screen if you're gonna be playing the handheld. I mean, just picture your phone for a second. I mean, look at, so it's a tablet, so pretty impressed with the size. The box will have instructions on, you know, plug it in, set it up kind of thing. Pretty cut and dry, and for the most part, the same way it was for the OLED. So it's different how things are done nowadays. Like there's really, you know, as far as going on here, I don't think there's really anything. The system basically tells you how to set it up. You know, we have the code, the box. It's just, you know, here's what you do kind of thing, and then the update. And this video is just going to be showing the gameplay on the actual Switch itself. I'm not gonna really show off on the TV, just so you can get a good perspective of how it's going to look on, all TVs are different, how it's going to look on the screen. It's not an OLED, but we'll see. This feels good though. This, honestly, I am a huge fan of the Pro controller, you know, feel. These feel amazing. When I pre-ordered at GameStop, mine came with a screen protector. I'll probably put it on eventually, but just because it wasn't really included in the box. Look at that. Look at that. There's a little reflection here. I'm probably gonna just, you know, hold off on using it, but yeah, we're gonna plug in here, plug that part into the wall because I'm not gonna dock it yet, and we'll just kind of prop this up. You have, you know, the kickstand, which is different on this one, so you a little different feel. Pretty solid. It's hard. It feels like it's metal, so it's just gonna sit back like that, and it's pretty solid, pretty sturdy. I think that I'm gonna have to connect these first, and then we'll go to the actual controller. But just to set it up, I think I'm just gonna follow the instructions on the box on, you know, just powering it on with this. These are paired, and then we'll go to that. I believe the other ones kind of had a rail system. This just look at, wow. Did you see that? It's like magnets. How do you even get it out of there? You press this. Okay, the little knob right here. Press that in, and it pops right out. Look at how easy that was. So not even looking, it snaps right in. And the same with the red. Not even looking. But it's that smooth. And then to take that out, the knob on the back here, I'm gonna press that in, and it comes right out, and then just snaps in. All in all measurements here, it is just about 10 3/4, and then the height, 4.5, 4.5. Okay, so the plug is gonna go, one part's gonna go into the Switch itself, and then the actual wall is they have both the same end. They are, so I guess it really doesn't matter which one you want to use. We'll just decide here. Plug this in and then plug it in here, and we'll go from there. It's just gonna power on automatically. It looked like it was charged about, I don't know, I'd say 70-75%. There's some music playing. So we're gonna go through the options here, set everything up. The Americas and that A button. Okay, let's just there's no way to get around that. Internet setting, be right back. Be a problem if it didn't, eh? To download the update data, you can configure settings up while the download is happening, basically. So okay, we'll do the download. Usually there's a Chicago. I'm in Wisconsin. It's usually, there we go. I don't think Milwaukee's gonna show up here, so we'll go Chicago. You can chill here. Now, when it's plugged in like this, and you know we're gonna put it up on its sidekick, it's gonna be a little bit hard, so I'm gonna have to put this at the edge of this, so this falls. I remember this is pretty much how I had to do this for the review on the OLED. So here we go. Yeah, it's telling us here's how to connect. Good to go. Oh, can we actually plug it in on the top? Oh, I didn't know that. So I don't know if the first one has that. So they're saying, because we're gonna do that, we can, without hitting anything here, just plug in that way. That is awesome. There's okay, so it's about half full. Goes through, you know, how to release them. We kind of went through that, but I'm going to have to do it just to prove to, you know, the system here that we did it. Okay, I guess we got to do both sides. Kind of kind of a pain. Okay, I'm going to put the sidekick down here and kind of follow what they're doing. This is the only time, this is like witnessing history, the only time I'll ever like play this way. So we're gonna hit A, hit next, connect to a TV. I am going to do that. So they're paired. So I can actually go into the other, you know, we'll do that. We'll kind of follow here, but I'm gonna connect to a TV later. And because I'm not gonna play it this way, I'm not gonna connect the Joy-Con controllers. What is this called? Is there the accessories that come with it? Not gonna, you know, the wristband. I'm not going to do that, but we'll connect this way. And it's the same way. We have the red and the blue. So go red. Just snap in there. Very cool. And again, did I do something here? There's nothing wrong with playing it this way. I just wanted the Pro controller, but very comfortable. It's better than holding them, you know, separately. You know, if you're gonna play on the TV or if you just wanna play this way. So this is showing it's connected. There's up to 4 controllers. So using the 2 top lights, if I paired something, might actually take up, I guess it just depends on what controller's using what, but I'm talking a lot. To remove, it's the same way. Gonna hit that, hit A. And then again, I'm not interested in using these, but the Joy-Con 2 snaps, that's the official term. Showing you how to hook those up. And different ways you can play on the TV. While this whole update is happening, not sure how long it takes, but after this, you know, we'll have to install. Oh, ready to update. I was wrong. Now it's updating. Maybe 30 seconds tops. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was 35, but pretty quick. I'm still using this. Do I have to press it? System transfer. Now this is something that I'm gonna want to do. And what I have to do is I have to take my OLED and get it as close to this as possible. And then I'm going to start the transfers. This is so much smaller, but I do want to point out that there was no way to power it on or to plug it in like it is on the top, just the bottom. So a lot more convenient. So look, we'll compare the size at the end, but I'm going to power this on and transfer the data. QR code popped up. I took a picture. It led me to an automatic sign-in, put a 5-digit code in, and I am now signed up. I'm gonna put the systems as close together as possible. I'm just actually gonna set up my sidekick here, which is totally different. Big improvement here with, look at the size here. Look at the screen. It's huge. I mean, this is total, imagine this being an OLED. If you're gonna, you know, if you prefer playing it that way. So that's the difference right there. It's gonna prompt for some instruction here. So I'm gonna go on here and follow the guidelines. Went into settings, went down to system, and then scrolled down here to system transfer to switch 2. And I'm gonna highlight that, hit next, give me the same kind of look. One of the reasons why I'm keeping both is there's gonna be some cases you might not be able to play everything on this guy over here. So again, I wanna have a backup. I literally just got this in November, so keeping both for a couple different reasons, but mostly in case I can't play everything on there, I will be here. So yeah, they're close, they're nearby. See what happens. So I had to plug this in. It wasn't gonna let me do anything until this was charging and this, and you see how much, you know, different it is plugging it on the bottom than on the top. But we're gonna start the download. System restarts. And then this is doing whatever it's doing on this side. It'd be kind of cool to have, you know, both, you know, digital downloads that I have on 2 different switches. So yeah, it started, and then it's telling me about 1 minute left. You can play games while this is happening, but I am just interested in just staying the course here. Should take about maybe a minute. Data has been sent. Please wait until further process is complete on the Nintendo Switch 2. System complete. We'll hit OK and OK. All right, we're in business. There we go. It's matching what we're seeing here. Now, others have had a black background. Mine was already set up for white. I'm just going to roll with it. I guess I could go into settings. I do like the blacker look. I think it will look cool, a lot, you know, on future live streams, but I'm just gonna keep it this for now. This must have been the default because I never like decided, hey, I'm gonna go this way or this way. I just went with however it was set up. So I believe I should just be able to enter the code right here. The code that I scratched off on the other side should be this right here. I thought that maybe I had to download the game and it would just automatically register, but I'm gonna enter my code and it should be on. We'll go redeem. It's all touched. I'll close that and it should be downloading. See if it's, so yeah, it's going to download. I remember this with the previous, with the deluxe, so it could take a little bit. You know, I'm not hardwired in. I'm going through the Wi-Fi, so the game should take a few minutes, but it was that easy. Software download complete. Maybe 15. I'll have to look back, but it's 12:35 now. I don't know. Probably 10, 15 minutes. I was kind of tinkering with some other stuff and didn't seem like it was taking too long. Sometimes it might be a half an hour. I remember downloading some games where it took some time, but I'm just blown away how big this is. It's not an OLED, but the size. Showing up really good on camera. So we have our choices: the single player, the multiplayer, online play, wireless play. So a ton of people, I imagine, are playing online. We will be doing that actually tonight, first live stream. I am not playing any online until that point. We're just gonna try one game here. I'm so not used to playing, you know, with this controller. Doesn't feel bad though. It's just I'm used to the Pro. Well, Donkey Kong really got off to a good start there. So 24 people online can play this game. Got our, again, used to some of the controls. Even though I've played this, it's different because it's a Switch 2 and I'm not using the Pro controller and I'm like looking down. Well, look at that. I haven't really watched any gameplay on any of the racing, any of the videos on Mario Kart World because I just wanted to see it with my own eyes. I just wanted to see it on the system. And I know it's early on. I'm blown away. This is, I watched a trailer. It's not that I haven't seen anything, but I'm blown away. And just kind of an inside joke here, you're not going to see me finish, you know, at first place on any of the streams. There are some incredible Mario Kart players out there, and a little misleading if you're just going to do the single, if you're just going to go against the computer, because you get into online, it's a whole different game. Well, I tried to avoid it, and now they're throwing fireballs at me. Oh no, I'm going to see Donkey Kong again. You know, if I would have fell off, that would have looked pretty gullible. And that's going to do it for today. What do you think of the Switch 2? I'm blown away from the size of this to being able to charge it from the top, just extra added features. And I missed a couple of things while this was installing the game. Right here is where, you know, your game, right by my index finger, will be inserted. You can plug in 4 controllers. You have the volume buttons here, the power button. Pretty cool. They did a great job with this. I just blown away. I want to thank everybody for watching. Hopefully we'll see you online. I'll see you guys next time. If you want to dock it, so this is just going to pop right off, and then we'll plug in the power, the AC adapter, the HDMI, and run that to a TV. Also, if you wanted to hardwire it to your router, there is a spot right here. So downloads will be a heck of a lot faster, and maybe you won't occur any issues playing online. Keep the cords low. Make sure they're in that little groove right here. There's a clip here that's going to snap into this. You know, if docking it is, you know, pretty much the standard here, probably won't be doing this too often. So with me, probably won't be doing this again either, so should just fit right in there. And we'll run this to the TV, and I'll show you one more thing. Did pick up a Pro Controller 2. If you saw the video, the day after the launch, the official availability day, managed to come across one, and this is how I will be playing the Switch 2, and we can pair it wireless or just plug it right into the Switch. But yeah, I thought we'd just try it on the TV quick. Very fast unboxing of the Pro Controller. This is going to plug right into the dock, and then the Pro Controller. Man, does that feel good? So it's different than the one I wanted one for each. You know, you can use the same Pro Controller from the original Switch. It will work. Get on the bottom here, the 2 buttons. It feels so much better than the one I have. The buttons are very nice. Kind of a PlayStation 5 controller vibe here, but I'm going to plug that in and check this out. Oh my gosh, just to clarify, those are speakers on the top. They weren't plugs. I didn't notice because I didn't really check out the dock. It's the same. You just plug in. It's got 2 spots, and this is charging. Controller works. To pair it will require another option here, but I just want to turn on some volume and give it a little gameplay. This feels so good. Honestly, the buttons on the bottom are kind of throwing me off a little bit. absolutely incredible. It kind of has like the Street Fighter 2 vibe in it, doesn't it? It's going to be wild playing online. I'll see you online. We're all hooked up. I got the OLED, the Switch 2. Oh yes. Plenty of Switch 2 streams in the future. See you tomorrow.